What's up, everybody? Hey, do me a favor, guys. If you guys are on YouTube, go ahead and hit the like button, put a comment, and don't forget to subscribe so you guys get notified whenever we do this. All right, so let's get started. All right, guys. Aloha, happy hump day. It is January, what is it, 29th? No, I don't even know what today is, but it's hump day. It's Wednesday. And look who's in the house, Mr. Charlie Iona. How's it going, Charles? Oh, hang on, Charlie. Hold on. Hey, you know what? Sorry, bro. I muted you because I didn't want you to speak over the applause because there's a lot of villagers in the house that are so happy to see you, bro. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing fine, thank you. And it's kind of chilly tonight in the west side in Waimea, so it's not
Really?
often you're gonna see me see I get one warm jacket on.
Well, if you are cold in beautiful Waimea, Chris Fire must be freezing up there in the beautiful Kokee.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, yeah.
Sam doesn't have audio on his laptop. That has got to be the most frustrating thing. If you're just watching me and Charlie talking, no more sound. Because okay, Mario, thank you, bro. 24th. I was 5 days late. It's been a hectic week. It's just been a long week, and it's the 24th. Tomorrow is my brother Brian's birthday. Happy early birthday, bro. He'll be popping on shortly, I'm sure. Jane, all the way on Oahu. Kiala is in Manhattan Beach. Brr, small kind fold. I think she meant cold.
Yeah.
Tyson, look at Tyson.
Yeah,
Tyson misses you. He misses you.
I miss that brother too. How's your golf game there, Tice?
Why and I? All right, Luella. Right. I love doing
Right,
this. You know,
all
I
right.
love trying to see who's visiting from all over the country and, in fact, the world because, we'll see our friend Mr. EY from Thailand coming on pretty soon. Patty, aloha to you.
Yeah.
Aloha to you, Patty. Amazing people. Amazing people. Charlie Nahale. Oh, my God. From the
From the
Big Island.
big
Yes.
island.
Yeah. You know Charlie.
Well, he works with us. He's him and brother Llewellyn Fukui. They head the Kona operations at the airport for
Wow.
law enforcement. Yeah,
What a
yeah, Charlie
small
Nahale.
world. Charlie,
Yeah,
big,
yeah.
long-time friend, very active in Papuana with the Keiki. He's such an amazing dude. Such an amazing dude. Aloha, Charlie. JJ, what's up, man? Again, my old buddy from Hanabata days. Tyson says his golf game is in good shape. Well, that all depends on what good means to you. What's up, Marlene? Watching on YouTube. Again, don't forget, hit the like button, subscribe, and all of that stuff. Maui is in the house, Charles. Maui, your hometown.
Oh,
Your
yeah, my home. Yeah,
and then we
Bobby Cavaco is watching.
oh boy.
Our
The
friend
cops in the house. The cops are in the
from
house.
Shopo.
Siri from Kona. Welcome. Okay, Sam got the audio on Bing Edge, but not Google Chrome. Fire Google, bro. Fire Google. Darson, what's up, man? What's up? Nale Davis, downtown Honolulu. Oh
Yeah.
my! Look at my colleague. This guy. Thanks, Mel, for being a great leader as a council chair. I love you, Billy.
Oh,
I'll
Billy
buy.
D.
Yeah, I'll
Billy
buy you
D.
lunch. I'll buy you
Costa.
lunch tomorrow, man. I'll buy you lunch tomorrow. Yeah, I do pay people for saying good things, brah. Because otherwise, I scared what they're gonna say. Hey, speaking of council, speaking of colleagues. Oh, how many of you guys? I meant to bring in my dinner, which was a spring roll that our staff made for us today. Um, we got amazing staff at council, and they made these spring rolls with shrimp and vegetables. It was just so delicious. So um, they were selling it for employee council fundraiser. So I bought a little extra, brought some home for dinner tonight, and I meant to bring one in here. So when you put up your damn Snicker bar, I was gonna put up my spring roll, but I forget.
Well,
Leolani Rosa, aloha. How you doing? How you doing?
I showed the Snickers, but I won't be partaking in it. But I would like to send a shout out to the wonderful Jane Ozaki, because every week she's always selling freshly made poi
I gotta get this
from
thing
the
right
west
here.
from the west side, and I just gotta go get me some soon. And there's the Village Cup. There's the Village Cup. But I'd
I
like to
got
say aloha to everyone. Thank you so much for having me on again, brother Mel.
well,
Um,
it's the yin and the yang, Charles. It's the yin and the yang.
yes, yes.
The old saying, backed by popular demand. And I was talking to somebody, and they said, and oh, it was who was it? Um, I can't remember who it was, but he said, the chemistry. They told me the chemistry between you and Charlie is amazing, and
Oh, that was
yeah,
nice. That was
crazy.
nice. Yeah.
Mel, your vid from January 10th council meeting, keep getting them views. Been telling people as your Portuguese that get you fired up and passionate. That's what I wanted to talk about because, okay, so this is how it was, right? A couple weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, whenever it was, we had a situation where this is my pet peeve, right? And when we all pay taxes, we all pay property taxes, we all pay registration taxes, we pay solid waste fees, all of these things that we pay, you all pay as constituents. So when you have an issue, whether it's a pothole, whether it's um, trees overhanging onto your property, and the tree belongs to the government, whether it's a state or county, that it should be addressed. It should be addressed. And the last thing a constituent needs to hear is excuses. So we had a situation with one of our residents there in Hanapepe Valley, and I'm not going to get into too much detail, but basically the tree was across the road, which is a county road, but the property that the tree was in was on state property. It's a state tree, and over the years the tree has basically overgrown, and it's across the road. And when the winds blow, the branches fall onto the power line. Power line falls onto the person's house. This has been going on. Nale, that's why I'm here because I saw the video. So, well, welcome, Nale. I hope you get to enjoy it. You don't know what's going to happen tonight. We never know. It's not scripted. We just never, never, never know. Anyway, so this had been an issue that was ongoing, and these people had called the state, and then they had called the county. It got to some council members, and council members were sending memos. Hey, please take a look at this. And all these people got were excuses from the state. Well, we're gonna get engineers to go out there. We're talking about a tree. We're talking about trimming some branches, not cutting the tree, not removing the tree, just trimming the branches so that it wouldn't fall and pose a hazard. It's a safety hazard. Anyway, Councilmember Kagawa brought it on the council floor and invited the DLNR person from Kauai and our public works. And all we heard, Charlie, and to the villagers, all we heard was why it wasn't done. And they try to justify it. So obviously, Charlie, you know me, I'm a very nice guy. I rarely get mad. Um, I made some harsh comments and, politically correct things to say, like, oh, we shouldn't be pointing fingers. Well, I started it off by saying, sometimes you got to point fingers. The public isn't asking for anything ridiculous. It's like your tree is on my property and it's breaking and it's putting the power line on my house. I don't want my house to burn. I don't want to get electrocuted, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, excuse. So anyway, I made some strong comments about that. And I decided to put it up on Facebook and Instagram. Well, and it got some traction because I think I think a lot of people agreed, and it's not like we're asking for free. We pay. We're taxpayers. So my good friend, who I just met, I don't even know if we're good friends. I don't never met him personally yet, but um, Mark, I had to go look him up because I had on brain fart. Mark Tala AI. He runs this page right here, Charlie, on Instagram. Me in Hawaii. I'm sure most of you subscribe or follow or whatever. I'm not an Instagram kind of guy. I'm going to learn. Charlie, we're going to put this show on Instagram. I'm going to figure out a way. But right now, we're just on YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. But this guy has 391,000 followers, and I've been following him for a while because he puts out some amazing content, very informative content, and he posted it up there, and my lord, it just started to go all over the place, and I'm so happy that some of the people actually are watching, because Mean Hawaii, yeah, Mean Hawaii, Mr. Mean is his nickname, and uh, the message was heard and received, and the comments were just nuts, and I actually felt like wow, that's a lot of people that said some things, and a lot of people were angry because they had experienced the same thing. Charlie, you know this, man. You work at the airport. You manage the state's airports. If there's an issue from one of the passengers, from one of the employees, if it's a safety issue, I cannot imagine. I cannot imagine that you would make up an excuse of why it can't be done. I mean, I think you just get it fixed. That's just what government does. We're not private corporation. We're a public entity that we're here because the people are paying taxes to keep us operating. So, um, it was it needed to be said, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. So I wanted to shout out again, Me in Hawaii. If you're not following him on Instagram, go ahead and do it. You gotta get it out there. This guy, content wise, he's amazing, and I hope on one of my travels, I'm assuming he lives on Oahu. I am definitely gonna uh, get to meet him face to face, and not only that, Charlie, I asked him if he would be willing to come on the show with us one night and share his Mean Hawaii story, and what he's what he's doing for the community. Melissa says he also does food reviews. I think he once had a page that did food review. That's what we should do, Charlie. We should do food reviews, man. I think one show we should dedicate to food reviews. Uh oh, something that sounded like you farted, Charlie. Your audio is like underwater. Uh oh, no, no, Charlie. I don't know what's going on. What happened, man? Oh my god. Yeah, it sounds like that's what it sounds like. Oh my god. Bear with us. That's the thing about live podcast, man. You never know what's going to happen. Oh no, not working, Charlie. Not work. Oh, he's gone. He'll be back. He'll be back. But yeah, man, we had Mr. Mean on, and we just talk story. You know, in defense of the state and county, I myself go. Hang on here. Let me get Charlie back on. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh,
How's it now?
oh, perfect, man. Damn, perfect. Sorry, I got to get back to. Oh, I got to go find his thing again. Here we go. In defense of state, county, I myself go and check with nail technicians, civil engineers, and specialists before I trim my fingernails that may have grown a little. That's why I love Tyson, man. That's why I love Tyson. We got to bring
Well,
him on too one night.
I was starting to say that I think a very important lesson. I mean, we saw obvious movement, post Lahaina fires. Didn't you notice that right after that, the state was doing all kind of cutting, anything close to a power line that hasn't been done in quite a while. Oh, they went full board. They was doing a lot of cutting,
Except
and
if
so
you live in Hanapepe Valley, because
yeah,
for some
that's the
reason
only
they
thing.
wasn't important enough, and I think that's where I get really frustrated. Like I said in there, if it was the mayor's
Hmm.
house, if it was one of the council members' house, if it was our state representative or senators' homes, that tree would have been cut long time ago. It would have been one
Yep.
phone call, and that was what really pissed me off. And listening to the lady from DLNR tell me all why, I just couldn't take it. And I know it's not her, right? It's her the bosses or whatever, and that's what it was directed to, not her personally. But you know, I don't know. I mean, I would have just sent a crew out and go trim the branches. Just trim the branches. It's not like
Well,
Lord have mercy.
what's sad? What's sad in a way, and as you know, and I used to work for the medical examiner's office for the city and county of Honolulu. Post police career, I in fact had a case where a tree branch fell and struck and killed a person,
Yeah.
and those kind of things is always dangerous. And I think if you have someone somebody should have just gone out first of all, take a look at it, review, see how it could be a possible dangerous situation, and act upon it, but not give so much excuses to the point
That's
that people get frustrated. Yeah.
that's what got me, Charlie. Listening to that lady from the state tell me that, well, we went to look over there, and then we saw there was some rocks that were falling off the mountain, and then if we cut the tree, if we remove the tree, then it's going to affect the erosion. So now we got to get engineers involved. I'm like, wait, well, trim the branches. You don't need one engineer. You need one chainsaw. That's what you need. You don't need one damn engineer. So I was pissed, and as but there were a couple of other projects that the council had been bugging our county administration to work on, and after that meeting, they are
Hmm.
moving. So that to me, I think I hate to do that. I say I don't want to bring those issues on the council floor because that's not where it belongs. It's very simple. Constituent calls, hey, I got a pothole in front of my house. It's like really big. Thank you. What's your address? We'll send the crew out as soon as we can. That's how it's supposed to be. Not well, the, you know, you, oh my God, just cut the thing, fill the pothole. Jesus Christ. I was like, what the heck? Anyway, so we go through this quite a bit where, the constituents call the administration, whether county or state, and then they don't get any responses or they get unsatisfactory responses. So they end up calling council members or they see them at the park and, hey, bro, you can help me. I'm trying to get this thing fixed. And then the council gets involved and we send over a memo, and then sometimes it gets done, sometimes it doesn't. So my point was very clear. If that's how they want to do it, if we just want to put every issue on the agenda so that the public can see, I'm okay with that. I am totally okay with that. And anyway, that gave me an idea that I had planned to do prior, but it's just been a long, busy year. That well, let's go do some town hall meetings and let's go talk to the communities, Charlie. Let's go out to all the communities on Kauai, and let's go get the concerns. Let's go get the issues, so that we as a county council now can formally get this issues, concerns, get it over to the administration, to the appropriate personnel, whether it's state, federal, county, whatever, whoever it may be. Could be, in some cases, could be a private property owner that is neglecting property, whatever it is, but that we would track. So no more the constituent has to go call this number, then be referred to another number. They can just call the county council's office. We will have tracking for all of these issues. So that's how it started. I had our staff put together the town hall meetings, and this is where it is. It's going to be here. It's it's on Kauai. Um, so the outer island people, I know that the city and county of Honolulu does these with the mayor and stuff, but this is our schedule here. Take a screenshot, whatever you want to do. Tomorrow night we'll be out in Honolulu Neighborhood Center, and then on the 29th we'll be at Kilauea. It's February 26th. We'll be at our chambers in Lihui for the Lihui area, and in March 1st, Kapaa Neighborhood Center. March 4th, Kaleheo Neighborhood Center, and March 11th at Kekaha Neighborhood Center. I got some emails. Why not in Koloa? Why not in Waimea? Well, logistically, it's a nightmare trying to get space because our neighborhood centers are so well used. I wanted to get across. This gives, it's pretty good locations, I believe, across the island. And also, Hoike will be streaming this sessions live on Channel 53. So if you're on Kauai, or even if you're on the other islands and you want to tune in, just go to hoike.org or whatever it is, and you can watch it. But the whole idea for this is it's not for me to talk. It's for me to listen, and our staff will be there. Our council staff will be there to take your concerns and issues. And like I said, we will be able to forward it to the appropriate agencies to make sure that these things get resolved. Because I'm basically tired about things not getting done. And what is the status of the pothole on Kamuli Highway just as you enter Kekaha? I would bet that it's still there, but I will follow up on that. I will follow up on that. Why not all of Hawaii? We have the same issues. Good question, right? I don't know. You just got to drive on the main highway and see how overgrown everything is. Pretty soon you're not going to be able to see signs. Yeah, one of the things that I'm noticing now, I mean, I've always noticed, but it's getting worse, is the brush has now covered the guardrails. So you cannot see the guardrails. and for those of you on the highway, Kuhio and Kamuli, those are state highways, and they're, we don't have any control over that, but we definitely have the ability to let them know. But you know, these state guys, supervisors, bosses, they drive up and down the highways all day long. If you don't know, if it's nighttime and your lights are showing the bushes, you don't know there's a guardrail there. You can pull off to the side for whatever, maybe flat tire or whatever. You're gonna hit the guardrail. You're gonna hit the guardrail. I don't get it.
Hmm.
I don't get it. Okay, here's Tyson. I love Tyson's comments because sometimes but they may have to check the ethanol formula for the gas in the chainsaw they'll use to, yeah. There we go. Tyson, you're the man. And we all know what would happen if a resident would attempt to trim the branches. I got to tell you something. The lady from DLNR said, well, the property owner can trim the trees. She missed the whole point. She missed the whole, why is the property owner going to go cut the state's tree? What the hell? What the heck? My neighbor's mango tree comes into my yard, but get mangoes, Charlie. So the mangoes are mine.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
I'm not going to cut that tree.
Well, at every stage, I think you brought up a good point, and that's why for the airports, especially, sometimes there's things that is just totally out of my realm. But I'm all ears, and I will take whatever is told to me to get it to the person who can answer it. Not not push the person off to the side and say, "Well, that's not my job." You know what I mean? I don't think they want to hear that at that time. They want to hear something like, is it possible that you can take this to the person that maybe could address this issue? And I think that's what it is. It's just common decency for wherever we work. Sometimes people will come up to me and says, sir, I don't know if you can help me with this or not. And the first thing I say is, well, you know, let's give it a try. I won't know until you tell me. They tell me, and I says, well, it's not in my jurisdiction, but I think I know somebody that can address you. Can I get a phone number and get your name, and I'll give it to whomever. And that's all it takes. It's just some common courtesy and a listening ear to hear what's going on, and try to take as much information as you can. So I don't know why someone, especially you being you, having to get the runaround and
No.
giving all these ideas of why I can't cut the tree. I said, if you can't, fine. Do you think there's a way we could address that issue? Because unless we can talk about it for the next year, and I can guarantee you, the tree will start growing into the neighbor's front living room if we're not careful. Something along those lines.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just our duty and obligation as government um, to address the concerns of the people that are actually paying for it, and that was my whole point. Was we're not, the constituents not asking for anything free because they're paying for it, right? It's just how it is,
Right.
and it was just really, 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 really frustrating. Um, I know people complain about or are cautious about pesticides, but growing up and having the state drive along the highway and spray the bushes took care of that for months. Less maintenance was required. Yes, yes, yes. That's part of the problem, right? We banned the use of pesticides or herbicides, I should say, or whatever it is on the highways, and that's this is the result, right? So now you got to go manually cut the bushes. We don't have enough people to cut all the brushes, the brush on along the highways. So you know, um, but regardless, right? That is not a valid excuse. You got to cut the bushes. You got to hire more people. You hire more people. You got to whatever you got to do. You got to do it. It has to be done. And so anyway, that was my frustration. So Mr. Mean shared it, and a lot of people across the state totally related to that because it's not just happening here on Kauai; it's happening across the state, and it is just frustrating to see that. It really
Hmm.
was. It really was. So anyway,
Hey Mel, I wanted to ask you something, and today I had a discussion with some of our the staff that I work with, and we're constantly monitoring the situation because we have departments within the county that are strapped for workers, and yet there's just right now the unemployment rate is so low that tells you one or two things. Either people have vacated Kauai and moved elsewhere, or everybody's working, right? So we've got places paying huge amounts for entry level job, huge. I hear of some places $30, $35 an hour to start, and yet they just can't find people to work. And I'm trying to convey to many businesses out there, it's tough. It's tough. But I think the point I'm driving at is it's causing a lot of people to be inconsiderate in some ways. They're running short on patience. But what do you do? What do you do? And I'm just hoping and praying for those who are listening out there that, hey, we're all in the same boat. But please, I think, people that are trying to do their best, especially working at a McDonald's, a fast food place, they're trying their best with the limited amount of staff they have. And sometimes it may not be as you getting service as quickly as possible. But please don't take it out on them.
Yeah,
They're not the ones.
good
And I just
point.
wanted to ask you, what's your thought about this employment crisis we are faced with? Because we're post COVID already,
Yeah.
and I think one thing that I saw, I get it, but the government started to hand out a lot of freebies, and I think it just spoiled a lot of people and saying, hey, if I can get it free, why lift a finger, right? I mean, you can see it all around. So
First of all, I was once told, and I that when you look at the unemployment rates, they're counting the people that are actually receiving unemployment benefits. Once you've exhausted your unemployment benefits and you no longer can receive unemployment, you're no longer counted in there. So there's a lot of people that are, uh, and I can't remember who told me this, but it was a while back, that once
hmm
they have exhausted, then they're no longer counted. So you have unemployed people out there that are not in that statistic. So that number is higher than the 2%, which everybody's bragging about. There's a couple of things. Number one, COVID created a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of people that when they got sent home and there were no work, they started doing their own things. They started baking. They started making crafts. They started doing jams and jellies. They started doing landscaping and whatever they did. And that has grown now to become home businesses for a lot of people. That's one of the things. The other thing is simply, Charlie, as you know, we've lost a lot of people to the mainland. A lot of our local kids have moved away. A lot of our local families have moved away because it's so doggone expensive to live here in Hawaii. And that we're replacing the workforce with retirees, with people that are coming in that aren't working. They don't want to work because they're retired and wealthy, and so you combine all of those things, and that's what you end up with, the perfect storm. And now you don't have people available to work. We had a discussion today about harbors and piers. We had the land agent or DLNR Dobar, the enforcement people. We had the Kauai superintendent, Mr. Jeremiah Aguilar, amazing guy, and he was talking about us. I mean, our situations, all the state harbors and things, and we're talking about the how this state caters to tourism, and we understand tourism is the backbone, and that will not change. That will not change. And there's a lot of people out there um, that think that we're going to replace tourism with something else, whether it's ag or high tech. I mean, we tried all of that, and it's just hard, right? So uh, everything is catered towards the visitor, and we had a discussion today about even at the harbors, even at the, because of yes, Von Turo, a lot of people are doing Turo now, and they don't have to work. But when you look at the harbors, the beaches, the bays, where you have commercial charters and all these commercial activity that our local kids, our local families now have lost parts of these facilities because it's being used for the visit industry. And uh, I always said, and I remember many years ago, I said, we don't want Kauai to be other people's Disneylands, and that's what it's becoming, right? It's becoming, it is a destination, and people come here because it's great, it's wonderful, it's safe, But and that's all fine and dandy. I love the industry. I worked in the industry for 13 years as a night auditor, so I'm totally supportive. However, when that industry that relies on how should I say this? When that industry interferes with our local people's lifestyle. In other words, when our people got to compromise their lifestyle that they once knew because we got to make it right or pretty or available to the visitor, then I think we're losing our way. I think we're hitting down the wrong path. We can coexist. We need to find that balance. But when our families got to lose their customary rights, I should say, then it's a problem because now we are living, we're surviving. The local residents are doing what they have to do to survive, while others are here and for pure enjoyment. So yeah, I definitely have a problem with that, and I just want to figure out a way. How can we get to that balance where the visitors can enjoy, the industry can make money, pay their TAT, so the counties and states can operate, but not forcing our local people to compromise their way of life. That's it. I don't
Okay.
know.
Well, no, it's a good point. And I live amongst that balance every day, watching people come in and out of the airports. And I I, I learned early on, if I had the mentality that I just don't want to put up with it, I just won't go there and work. But I knew that if I could make a difference, then I would. And I just enjoy myself every day. I meet new people, both visitors and locals. And some of them recognize me from our previous shows with the Mel and Charlie, and now with Coconut Wireless. And we get into some really good discussion. And it's not all about tourism. It's about a lot of things, about we as primary supporters, even for our kids, right? Going to school, making sure that they don't go into debt. So we try to pay as much as we can for like college tuitions and so forth, so they don't have to go through the struggles that we as parents had to go through. And it's kind of interesting. You hear all different angles at how people think, and I think that's what makes us coexist. And sometimes there are things that's said that may be hard to digest, but hey, you gotta afford the person who said it that same respect that they're giving you in allowing you to reply, to them. So it's I've been very, very fortunate. I've been very fortunate.
Yeah, I think I would say that the vast majority of the visitors that come here are good people, and they do respect. But it's I worked in the industry, like I said, for 13 years.
Hmm.
Met a lot of good people. I met a bunch of turds as well, and sometimes the local tourists, the other island people come to Kauai, can be turds too. So it's not directed at any specific group, but I'm just saying that when we you know there's an issue out in Hanalei Bay, where these boats are coming in, and the kids got to move. Like, why? And I told the guy from Dobar, to me, if a boat comes into the shore where they're not supposed to be, to offload or unload visitors, and they come into the swim area and they violate the law, they should lose their permit to operate immediately. Done. You're done, bro. You just lost your permit to operate. If you value your permit, then you follow the doggone laws. And yeah, that's harsh. And it is. To me, it's a no brainer. You bring that boat in and put our kids at risk, then you shouldn't be operating a tour boat. Period. Last week or 2 weeks ago, we were at my cousin's house, birthday Pakala camp, bro, on the beach, one of the old camp houses, and we were sitting in the backyard right on the beach, and my cousin's boyfriend told me that because I saw these zodiacs flying by. It's like, wow, bro. I mean, yeah, maybe no more speed limit out there, but he said, yeah, he has a paddle kayak that he goes out and he fishes with, and um, the zodiacs speed so fast they don't even see him, and he almost hit him once. And that's why he got to be very careful when he's out there on the kayak because people have no freaking courtesy. Now, why? Uh, why? I mean, people. You just talked about that, right, Charlie? How we gotta respect. And when you eat McDonald's drive-through, whatever, no, 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 take your frustration on a guy working. It's not his fault. He never set up the system. He never, you know. So, but that is works the other way too, right? Whether
Hmm.
it's a McDonald's employee or the guy operating that boat. Jesus, Christmas, just pay attention. Pay attention on the local people, not just your crew, your passengers. You know, that's kind of what it is.
Well, I made the comment last week on our show. One of my pet peeves is I always say thank you when someone lets me merge in. But then when I let others merge in, and I'm not picking on our visitors, but happen to be visitors because you can tell by the sticker on the you know the stickers on the car. Um, it's like no, I deserve to merge in, so I don't need to tell you thank you. I but you won't catch me tail. That's another thing I was saying. You won't catch me tailgating that person. And that brings up the subject. Coming home today, brother felt like he had to tailgate me all the way from Lihui all the way to Kala Hill. And I said, I have no problem you tailgating me. I will have a problem if you hit me. that's that's the thing. Tailgate me all you like, but the moment that bumper touches my car, then we're gonna have problems. Okay, so
Yeah. Then forget all what I said earlier, people. I'm going to punch his face. That's what Charlie said.
no, it's just I don't know what it is because I remember back in the day in the police department we had to learn traffic, right? And one of the things we talk about following too close. I don't know what it is with the now crowd, and I'm not saying this towards the young people, but there's some in their years up there, that's much older. They feel that if they tailgate you, it's gonna make you go faster. No, it's counterproductive. It will make the person go slower. I can guarantee you.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
shake my head and I go, oh boy.
Charlie, and you used to be a police officer, and you know that, right? You just it's the
Yeah.
drivers. They're kind of just a strange breed, but you wonder what is the mindset? Why people do that? I mean, you're pissing the guy off in front of you. Why would you want to do that and potentially get into an altercation? And nowadays you don't know who's in that car. My God, these guys they shoot now. They shoot. I want to put this one back up because I want to just address Kalani Tanya Haumia. Mahalo for joining. Kikaha Boat Harbor is a perfect example. Locals can't even use a pavilion because the boat companies use that for briefings. BS. They literally bring their customers to the pavilion even if it's being used by families. Do these companies even give the state something? Um, we did. That was brought up today, I think, by Councilmember DeCosta actually to the state guy, and he's going to look into that. That is BS. I agree. So we are going to follow up. In fact, Councilman DeCosta was. He said, we're listening to a lot of, you telling us all what you're going to do and this and that, but I don't like just discussion. I want to see it in writing. So can you put all this in writing when you go back to your office? Not need be today, but so, we, yeah, we I'm hoping the relationship between us and the state Dobar will grow from today, and I think it will because the guy is an awesome dude and he cares. He's a waterman himself. He's a fisherman, hunter. He's awesome. So Derek Leonard Leyendeckers create a similar setup similar to what they have in KA, where tourists pay for entry. Yeah, that's actually what we are doing, working on that for Anini right now. So yeah, that's an amazing program, amazing model. Patty is saying that we're frozen. Patty, check get your blow dryer and check blow your computer because everybody else's one is working. So Patty, I think yours might be too cold where you stay. So go get the blow dryer and blow dry your computer. Maybe it'll work. I just joking. Um, see, Nale, I started in Hanalei last year. Our kids had to move for the tour boats. I mean, and it's not like you get on choice, right? You stay there, you get run over. So you got to move, and that is unacceptable in my book. You do that, you lose your license. Period. Done. Uh, exactly, Mel. That's why I like the term travelers we used before because local residents can be just as bad, if not worse. Yeah, you're right. You're right. And not just local visitors or travelers. local residents. My job takes me all over this island, and I see the rubbish left behind at our parks, at our beaches. The people they fish, whatever. And most of our fishermen are very responsible, but so yeah, it's a good point, Tyson. It's good point.
You know, talking about that, our friends from Japan.
Hmm.
Have you and when they have those international baseball games
Hmm.
and they come to the United States. You ever watch the group from Japan? They always doing it. When the game is done, they will go row by row and start picking up rubbish
Yeah.
just to clean it up. It seems that it's part of their culture, and I see that all the time. Even when I'm watching baseball games on TV involving Japanese team, they
Yeah.
do that, and I applaud them.
I think most of the countries in Asia, Japan, Korea, very respectful culture they have. Their culture is based on respect. Their so I think that comes with them when they come. That's why the Japanese tourist market is one that we want. But I tell you right now, if we don't if we don't keep our place nice and safe, they'll find somewhere else to go. So
Hmm.
it is what it is, and it's just I just don't understand how where we lost that along the way. Growing up here, it was all about respect, right? My grandparents taught us respect. My parents taught me respect. I mean, it was that's what it was. And now, hard to find respect. Very hard to find. And so, yeah, unbelievable.
And you know what is so cute? This morning I got me some breakfast at a local okazuya in Lihui, and it was just like 10, 10, 20 something, 10:21. So I gave a 20, and when they gave the change back, I go no, and he goes, oh no, that's too much,
Yeah,
and I think it's cute. And I looked at the person. I said, I believe in supporting local business.
yeah,
Keep, I said, and I wish if everybody just do a little. I think we pay it forward. I think I really believe in my heart everything is going to be okay. We just got to learn to pay for it. And this only doesn't only go for the local people. This even goes for if our visitors who, if they're watching this show tonight, just spread the word. If we just pay things forward a little, because I mean I don't only when the missus and I when we go to San Francisco, we do the same thing there. Just because I'm from Hawaii doesn't mean that now I gonna act like one traveler and just not care about the people there. No, we're gonna do the same
yeah,
thing. We're gonna be ourselves. We're gonna be ourselves.
yeah. I mean, I think that's why everybody loves Hawaii visitors on the mainland because of that respect. Yeah, that just being nice, the aloha spirit, right? That's just kind of how no one taught us aloha spirit. We never had a class on aloha spirit. It was just there. It was just the way it is. And I don't know. I don't know if you can teach anybody aloha. I mean, you either have it or you don't. And it's funny because I see some people who try, but they don't have it in them because from wherever they came from, they're whatever the case is. But it's not something you can go read a book and say, oh yeah, here, okay, I graduated, now I have the aloha spirit. No, man, that stuff is in you. It is not learned. It is in you, and it's basic, your upbringing and just the way it works. So if we could
Well,
package aloha and sell it or give it, yeah, the whole world would be a better place. The whole world would be a better place.
a lot of jobs right now they require the aloha training. you know,
Yeah,
so I sat in one of those classes and I went, yeah, that's how I was brought up. But if you really didn't grasp it while you were growing up, I don't care what you do. It's not something that you learn. It's just in you to do.
yeah,
And
child.
and you and you yeah.
It's like learning a trombone, right? If you're not interested in learning the trombone, you ain't gonna learn the trombone. If you're not
Hey,
interested in it. So if you only go into an aloha class so you can convince yourself that now you get aloha, it ain't gonna work because it's inside. It's inside of you. It's not tangible. It's not.
Right.
It's not.
Right. And I did say, and I apologize to the viewers out there because I lied. I said I was not going to eat Snickers on the air, but
I
I'm
knew it.
sorry.
I
I'm
knew.
hungry.
I
Mm
knew
mm
it.
mm mm mm
I
mm mm
when you said that you were not going to eat the Snickers, I almost dropped a
mm
$100
mm
bet with you
mm
because I know you
mm
cannot. You
mm
just cannot.
mm.
You cannot. Larry Aruda,
There goes.
welcome. Go ahead, Charlie. What I want to hear that. I want to hear that because you.
Mm.
Mm.
Because my A1C was calling. That's why I gotta eat some candy.
Larry, I got you, bro. With the slope, oh, let me put it back up. With the slopes stabilization project on Cuomo Road right now, perhaps we can get the state to eliminate the crosswalk at Wildwood River Lookout. That was a very dangerous area, and that lookout is not necessary. There is already a Wildwood River Lookout just down the road. Absolutely, Larry. I actually gonna use that, Larry. Something about Larry. Larry Aruda was a roads guy. He went away, went in the service, veteran of the war, Vietnam veteran. Thank you for your service, Larry. I respect this guy tremendously. And I think it was back in June, he sent an email to all the people at the state level about this area on Cuomo Road, about what was going to happen. He nailed it, and yeah, yeah. Thank you for your input. Thank you for your input. And then the road just collapses, right? So Larry, you deserve an award. You deserve an award. I will actually take this suggestion and send it over to our state department of traffic. Cuomo Road is a state road, by the way. Um, Marshall had just had that type of training at Hawaiian Air. Marshall, you already had Aloha. I mean, what they going? You cannot teach an old dog new tricks. You have it. Okay, Sukanoho is here. We have briefed new residents with a We Are Kauai so they can adapt better. Thank you for trying that, Sue. I hope it's working. And I know it's not hurting. I just, like I said, I think Aloha and it's just it's not tangible, and people just it's just people spend a lot of money to come here. People spend a lot of money to come here, and with that, a lot of them feel like they are entitled and that they deserve to get top-notch treatment over and above our local residents. And I seen this at the hotel when I worked. So I'm not saying it happens all the time. I'm just saying that that is an issue that we got to live with. And again, I don't think our residents should have to compromise so that the tourists can enjoy their high expensive vacation. That's just my
I,
personal
w-
opinion.
I would like to say thank you to
Hmm.
you, Mel, for allowing me to finish my Snickers on air. Baga was ono.
I think I'm gonna go grab me my spring roll, carrots, shrimp, noodles.
I'm sorry, brother. I
No,
just had
man.
to because
You know what is
you know.
really
Me-
weird, Charlie? And I'm not joking. I'm
mm,
on my mother's ashes. I can smell the Snickers. The power of the mind. I can actually smell your doggone Snicker bar. I can't
but
explain it. I can't explain it.
but before we came on the air tonight, uh, you know, the missus said we have some nice cuts of steak from Costco, right? We're gonna grill some steaks and all that. Well, guess what I had for dinner tonight? One of
Snickers.
those Costco, no, those Costco salads
Oh
and some
yeah.
shrimp. But instead of using the Caesar dressing, I made my own Oriental dressing, and that's what I had for dinner. And I
Mm.
tell you, I really enjoyed it. But for dessert, I had Snickers. You should try that. Oriental salad and Snickers. I tell you, that's the best. I broke them out. Broke
Well, we
them
don't
out.
have any Snickers in the house, unfortunately. Look at Tyson. Mel, I think that's just a fart you smelling. No, my farts do not smell like Snicker bars. Um, I can't stand. Hold on, I just I can't stand it when tourists or new transplants say that Aloha is dead. Yeah, that drives me bonkers, man. Because they need to check themselves first. Yeah, Aloha is not dead. Aloha is not dead. I see examples of Aloha every day. I'll be honest. Um, I it's not as much as we used to see in the past, but there's still a lot of people. The kupuna. Let's talk
Hmm.
about the kupuna. Find me one kupuna that no more aloha. Seriously. And when I talk in kupuna, I mean, damn, I'm gonna be 60 this year, so I guess I am kupuna, right? But I talking about the people that were here, the 70s, 80s, and you find me one that no more aloha. It's hard to find. You know, it's hard to
Hmm.
find um, one that does not have aloha. And when you like put all your kids in front of them and listen to the stories, they have a unique
Hmm.
way of sharing, and it's kind of bizarre actually because you can go to a class and you can listen to an instructor, and yeah, you get some of it, and you miss a lot of it because you're maybe not paying attention, you're checking your text messages, but you when you sit in front on kupuna, whether it's at a family party or at the beach or at Costco, and they start talking, it's full engagement. You don't even think of checking your phone. It's something about the storytelling art of our kupuna that is special, and they're not going to be around forever. They're not going to be around forever.
Well, I'll tell you this, and you've sat in several of our shows at the steakhouse.
Hmm.
That when we play certain songs, the kupuna that's having dinner that night will stop what they're eating and come right onto the dance floor and start doing the hula for both the local residents as well as the tourists having dinner that night. It's just in them to share the dance of our culture really.
Hmm.
And when you have a sweet voice like John Mahi's, it's sort of like that marriage made in heaven. You got a beautiful voice and you got beautiful movement by you know Kupuna in her in her 80s, and people just stop and watch, and you know that's why I used to always ask myself, if we do things right as we're performing, right, people going and it sort of was a disadvantage for Ernie and Caroline, is because money is made by how many times you can turn the table, right?
Hmm.
But people just had their dinner, they stayed there, and they did not move. And you were there. Sometimes we played for 4 hours,
Yeah.
from from 6 to 10 o'clock, because we just love playing music. And people just wouldn't move off the table. But to see, and you can see that same person dancing every week, and they could be dancing to the same song, but it's just the movement was just like, it never gets old. It's always like, wow.
Yeah.
And that's what I hope and pray that we don't lose sight of. But we know that we all cannot live forever. But we just hope
Yeah.
that somebody will pick up and carry on the tradition.
And they are. I mean, we see all the
Yeah.
halal now that are, with Lena Allah and all of them. I don't like
Yeah.
mention names because I want to miss. But and you look at the amount of keiki that are in those classes and are performing in it, and so there is hope. There is hope, and we gotta support them when they
Yes.
get their events. We gotta support them. We gotta support them, and we gotta make sure that this continues because, like you said, Charlie, we're not gonna be here forever. Von Ramos, another dear friend of mine. With all this talk about food, how about having a cooking show one episode? Hashtag not too sweet, not too rancid, but just right. Uh,
Hey.
I like that. I like that, Vaughn.
Yep.
We used to do the feel good Fridays, and we would go out to the different places and eat food, and
Yeah.
and Charlie, we paid for our food. We paid
Yes.
for it
Yes.
because we were really pushing the support local, right? That was the whole deal, right? Everybody was so yeah. But
No,
um,
but we also did it. We also did it when we'll do a surprise like on a weekend.
yeah,
Remember, we went out to that taco truck out in Color,
I never make
and we
that one, Charlie. You went.
I went. That's right.
Yeah, I
And then I missed
I
the.
was. Yeah,
It was awesome.
yeah.
It was definitely awesome.
I
Yes,
went to
we
I
have to
went
do
to
that.
the kind Lenny Breeze's Patele.
I was with you.
That one you came, and that's
Yeah,
the first
yeah.
time in my life I couldn't finish the plate lunch. First time, I had to tap out. that. But what was it? The big one called the bambucha or something. Foof.
Yep.
Delicious, delicious.
Yep.
And then Gina's in Waimea. Remember Gina's in Waimea? The next day she told me, Mel, you guys had put the thing on a show. The next day we sold out of food. Yeah, well,
Uh huh.
let's go do something like that. Let's go do something like that.
And I just saw a name pop up. We have our good sweetie
Yeah, I
uh, Alana Hughes, right?
see, bro. You said it. I
Yeah.
pressed the button. I didn't know what you was gonna say. The yin and the yang. The chemistry is
Yep.
crazy. Chemistry is crazy.
Yeah.
Lana
And I'm
Hughes, one of the original guests. I think not. I mean, early on, Mel and Charlie show, she was one of the first ones that came on and shared her story. Remember?
that was that turned a lot of heads
Oh,
because it happened at O Triple C,
that's it.
right?
Lana, you're
Yeah.
a hero, by the way.
Yeah.
You're a hero, and I appreciate you still hanging on, man. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Sorry, guys. I still looking down at the comments because I like to share as many of these as I can. Um, Especially ones who grew up during the island's plantation days. It was a different type of upbringing and experience. The appreciation for what they had was much greater than what they didn't have. My grandma may tell me the same story every week when I see her, but I love it. Yeah, again, Tice, you see that's the thing, man. I mean, unless you experienced it, it's kind of hard to teach it. Um, yeah.
Well, I have to say that I give credit to Kauai because growing up, um, my mom and dad would bring me up to this beautiful island, and I would make my way to Kilauea, and I stayed with the Sunada family
Well,
out in out in out in Kilauea, and that's where I first learned how to catch frogs for make frog legs in the Punaway ditches. Yeah, I learned from them, and it was I had so many fond memories. I learned how to catch a veil down in Anini Beach. You
oh
know,
yeah. How you guys used to catch them? You guys used the flashlight.
well he made this George Sonata. He made this like one uh, contraption that held the lantern
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
above him, and we would go out on a boat, and they had this bottle, and I never knew what it was for, not knowing that there was like some kind of like vegetable oil, and so when they sprinkle them on the surface, it made the surface like glass, and
Mm,
you can see the fish right there. But to me, they had was bamboo pole, and they had like about 6, 7 hooks on top,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and they put them down, and bingo, and I
Yeah,
had the
waggle.
greatest time growing up. I said, "Oh, I love that."
Yeah,
Only on Kauai.
we
Yeah,
used to shine the flashlight and then you see all the light, all the eyes in the water. You can
yeah.
and they just throw that. Those guys. The veil is one of the best tasting fish, but they're dumb. They're dumb. You don't even need bait. You just throw the hook, they bite them. So, that was oh, Sister Sherry Cummings in Kamaina household. Who was attached to the kupuna was the kamali'i. It was how it was. The investment was on them because it was certain that the way of kupuna would continue on. Sherry's amazing, cultural practitioner, I guess. Whatever. Yeah, good stuff. Oh, Daryl and Iris Woodward, all the way from Monterey. We did see Mr. EY from Thailand. He's here. Yeah, Keith. Yeah, I need some pateles. Oh, Marlene Moises. Oh. Marlene Moises. I worry. I remember the mosquito trucks coming into the plantation camps. The boys would ride their bikes behind, inhaling all the fumes. They're all still alive. A little bit loopy, but alive. Yeah, I did that. I chased that truck. We all did. Isenberg track. We would. Oh my God. We heard the truck coming. We all run and that was DDT.
Hmm.
DDT. Yeah, we all
It is
alive.
so much.
Frog legs just taste like chicken. At least that's what I was told after I ate them at my Filipino side family parties. Frog legs are good stuff. Good stuff. We
Yep.
used to catch them right up Wailu River with the flat bottom boat. Just go inside a how bush, shine the light, whoop, grab them, take them home, cut them, skin them, fry them in the wok.
Yep.
How?
Yep.
Veil, but no frog legs. I love this. I love this. Oh my God. Here my pops, my dad, another the villager. Mm. I was born in Kauai, left in '76, returning home after 40 years. I found that the Aloha spirit is gone. Mainland people took over this beautiful island. What happened to the leaders? Oops. What happened to the leaders of the island? Set back and let that happen. I know, pops. I understand. We try.
Yeah.
We try. Um, you know, we like Charlie said earlier. You know, we gotta perpetuate that by action. And you know this, Charlie, because you were in Maui Police Department. I was in Kauai Police Department. But for some reason, I think that we were probably trained the same way, where you give the amount of respect that you get in the police world, right? So
Hmm.
everything starts off pono, and then when that person that you're talking to, or whatever the case may be, when they disrespect you, then they get disrespected, right? I mean, whether that's right or wrong, that's the reality of life. And if you want to be respected, then you must respect. Simple. And that's what we got to teach our kids. Don't get pissed off. You gotta be pono. Serious. That's it. Just be pono, and
Yeah.
you.
Well, don't forget now how you and I met. It started from just a small encounter post Hurricane Iniki, and they sent me over. And how many years later? I was back in
That's
'92,
92.
right? Yep.
So what is
And
that?
not knowing, yeah,
That's
'92.
30.
That's
That's
eight.
30. 32 years, man.
Yep. And came back, and boom, we hook up, and here we are today. But we share the same philosophy of how we were brought up and how we would like to see things. And we cannot always have things our way, but I think our way is a pretty safe and happy way to live. Because that's all I want is just be happy. And you know what? I find myself. Um, some people ask me, Uncle Charlie, you always smiling. I said I grew up at a time where, oh, I was terrible. I was like a bully, and I even apologized to my classmates after we graduated. I said, I'm sorry for the years I was a bully because I thought it was cool to be a bully, but it's not. And so now I just smile, even if you don't like me smile at you, I'm gonna smile at you anyway. But like I said, I'm gonna be happy until such time. Once you put your hand on me, then that's a different story.
Then he gonna punch
But
your face. Yeah, he'll
yeah,
punch your
no,
face.
no, no. But I always believe, hey, a smile goes a long way, and plus it's free.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to pay for that kind of stuff. And
Yeah, takes
I don't
less
know.
muscles to smile than it does to frown,
Yeah,
and that is
yeah.
science. Speaking of science, any comment from Jerome? He said he talked to you. Yeah, I did. I had a nice talk with Dr. Jerome Kim from South Korea a
Hmm.
couple weeks ago, and oh man, we reminisced a lot. And yeah, he is going to be coming on our show. He was actually in Hong Kong when we did our Zoom, but yeah, he's a busy guy, and yeah, he will be back on the show. We're just it's scheduling because I'm traveling a lot and he's traveling a lot, so it's always an issue trying to get and the time difference, right? Because Korea is like tomorrow
Yeah.
right now. So,
Hmm.
Nale, thank you so much, man. Appreciate you and all of you guys tuning in. And again, I wanted to just shout out our brother, Mean Hawaii, Mr. Mean, on Instagram. Go check it out and follow him. And he got some good stuff on his page. Very informative, current events, and he does a great job with that. If you haven't already, go check it out. Um, and
Hey
then town hall
Mel.
meetings, real quick. I just like to get to this real quick.
Oh yeah.
For those of you on Kauai, tomorrow night I'll be out in Honolulu at it's 5:30 to 7 o'clock, hour and a half, plenty time, and we'll have staff there to take your concerns, and we will follow up. We'll be in Honolulu, Kilauea, right at Lihui Council Chambers, Kalaheo, or Kapa, Kalaheo, and Kikaha. That'll wrap up the island. So again, take your screenshot, check my page. This will be live streamed on Huiki Channel 53 as well. But if you're in the area, stop by, come say hello, and we'll have a good time.
Brother,
Yo,
why don't we go back in our archives and invite everyone that we interviewed during COVID, and let's catch up and see how they're doing post COVID.
we can do that, man. We
Would it?
probably had over 100 guests throughout the series. I think I know we did over 600 videos, and we had people come on multiple times, so maybe even more than 100. I don't know. Like I told you, as I was going back to find that clip from our first show, I was like, oh my God, there was people on there that I honestly forgot that we had on the show. That'd be a good idea, though. I think that'd be a good
Yeah,
idea. That'd be a good idea. I think
and
it'd be fun anyway.
one of yep, Dr. Chong Hansen, Dr. Dworkin. But one person that I would definitely like to bring back on is Saliva Tisanoy.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
had a
yeah, yeah.
real enjoyable time talking with him. Real enjoyable time.
Yeah, he was. He's so real. I love real people, Charlie. I love real people,
Yeah.
man. I just love real people that just, uncensored, unscripted. Bam. Vaughn is craving some chili pepper chicken from Honolulu Village Snack Shop. Oh, why you even gonna do that, Vaughn? Why? I was just gonna send my wife to go have her go get me one Snicker bar. Now I gotta send her to Honolulu to go get chili pepper chicken. She not gonna like you, bro. She not gonna like you. No, we're gonna have spring rolls tonight. Mm, with wasabi hot mustard. That's what we're gonna have. That's what we're gonna have.
Oh my good. That's good. That's good. Hey,
So
I also wanted to tell many people out there that thank you for a lot of the comments in Facebook. When we're off the air, just thank you for staying in touch. Um, and even some of our friends that we met pre-COVID that comes to Kauai on a yearly basis and stays here for 2 months at a time. They've adopted that aloha way of living, and they're very good. I got some friends that they came and they saw me. I didn't even notice them. Gail was sitting on the bleachers waiting for her husband to go get the rent a car, and she said, "Charlie," and it was like a happy reunion time, and they're going to be here for 2 months, and just watching how. And she's asking about is this still open, is that still open, and even the local foods. And I gotta give them. I say, well, this thank God there's still places that still serve some really good local food. All the way down to the Suioka snack shop.
the
Our friends that you
cheeseburger,
introduced,
cheeseburger.
yeah,
Ooh.
is that the Leongs that
Oh yeah,
was, and now they opened down in Kukui'ula,
yeah.
down
And
on
we
on the South Shore.
Yeah, and it's like delicious. Their food, their food is really
Yeah,
good. Their food is really good.
right.
I did buy a camera, a new camera that for to do remote um,
Mhm.
live. So we can, Charlie. We can go out now and we can go out and get some really nice video of restaurants, and yeah, we
Yeah.
should do that. One of the things that I am going to do, and this is going to be so much fun. I don't know if you ever saw on YouTube. They have this show called The Hot Ones, where they have they get 10 hot sauces, and they get 10 chicken wings, and they start off with the most mild, and they end up with the dynamite TNT. Number 10 is the hottest, and then they get celebrities come on, and they do an interview, and they go down the range of hot sauces, and you watch some of these guys. If you haven't seen it, you got to watch them. It's crazy, but they sell these packs. So you buy the box of the 10 sauces, and you can do your own hot ones challenge, and you post it on Instagram, and then you tag them, and that's just
Mm.
how they get so popular. But yeah, I want to do that. I want to do that, and I'm going to once I get it all done. But it's still, I get so much stuff going on. But that is so hilarious because the stuff is hot. As you get to number 7 and 8, you start sweating. So yeah,
Well,
Tyson says make sure you get milk when you because the hot stuff. Yeah, they all get one glass of water, and then they ask for milk because it's hot. It's hot. Yeah.
well, let's do it. Let's do it.
Sue Kanoho. One of the things, Sue, that I live my life by is a saying that says never say never. So because Sue said never in a million years would I do that, I think Sue is going to be our first contestant, my first interview.
Yes.
We're going to do
Yes.
it, Sue. I will call you tomorrow, Sue. We are going to
Yes.
do that. We're going to do that. We'll probably do it at Hoike Studios because we get nice cameras and all. But we're going to do it. Sue, consider yourself our first interview. Hot ones. Yeah. Yeah. Look at Tyson. Same thing. Say we get a yin, yang, and yang. Because Tyson, same thing. How many of you guys, if you guys want to see Sue Kanoho as the first interviewee on the Hot Wings Challenge, the Hot Ones Challenge, just put a thumbs up in the comment right now. I want to see. Because if I don't get, we're not going to do them if they don't like see Sue, but I do. There we go. Tyson starts off. Come on, let's go. I want to see some. I want to see some comments, some thumbs up, some fireballs, whatever you get. If you want to see Sue Kanoho on Mel Rapozo and Charlie Ona's Hot Ones Challenge, put a comment. Put an emoji. I guess. Put an emoji. Fire emoji. Thank you, Tyson. Put a fire emoji. Andrew Melamed. He's. Come on. Is that it? Only two? Sue, you might get away. But there is like a 15-second delay from when we talk and it hits Facebook. So hot frog legs challenge. Oh my lord. Yep, we got one more. Sue. Oh, hey, now it's flowing. Sue. Pucker up, buttercup. Oh my god, now it's coming. It must have just hit Facebook. Oh, yeah, I love this one right here. Sue, this is for you right there. Boom. Yes. Jane. Susan. No, what's up, Patricia? Oh, look at Uncle Charlie. Angela. Luella. Oh, you know what? We might have to do this one at Kukui Grove. Gordon Tamura, my classmate. What's up? He's a retired fireman. Hey, bring your fire truck because she might need it. Right in her mouth. Okay. Oh, boy, it's out of control now. Oh, my God. Look, I cannot even scroll fast enough. Larry. Lana. Melissa. Sue Kanoho. You have been selected. Oh, look at my
Yeah.
dad. Look at my dad. Dad?
Yeah.
What is wrong with my dad? Sue, don't do it. No, Dad, you're supposed. Well, I count. I'm not reading the words. I'm just looking at your emojis, Dad. We're counting you as a yes. Oh, look at my sister. My sister. She's too sweet to put her through that. Oh my God. It's not about. It's that. No. Oh my gosh. They're soft. They're soft. No, we're gonna do it, Sue. We're gonna. I'll call you tomorrow. I will call you tomorrow. We're gonna get this thing done, and we're gonna do it like soon.
Hmm.
Yeah, we're gonna do it. I'm gonna. In fact, tonight I'm gonna order the box of sauces. As Tyson says, ding ding ding, we got a winner. So you can quit at any time. I mean, you don't have to go to number 10. You know, number 1 is mild. Number 10 is you get blisters, but you can handle Sue. You're Sue Kanoho. You can handle.
What we need to do, because I know Sue, she's a fighter. We start from number 10 and work our way down to number one.
Look at Sue. I seriously, Mel, I cannot. No, that, cannot doesn't even. It's not even my vocabulary, and I don't think it's in yours either, Sue. Because I have seen you move mountains. I have seen you move mountains. So, no, no, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. We will set it up. Oh, I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Oh my gosh. I cannot wait. Oh, 1, 2, 3. How many is that? One. No, not Charlie. No, I don't want Charlie. No. Solicit donations and offer it to a nonprofit. We can do that. We can do that. We'd raise a lot of money. We'd raise a lot of money. Oh, look, McDonald's milkshake ready for Uncle Mel Rapozo. Hashtag Team Sue. They're forming teams now, and they're supporting you. They think you're gonna beat me on this thing. Ha! Oh my God. Let me see. Community pressure is real. Pay-per-view. Yeah, we're gonna get this done. I will talk to Sue tomorrow. We'll set a date. I will order the stuff tonight, and this is going to be epic, epic,
And for
epic,
that,
epic, epic. Right, Sue? Yes, it's going down. I love it. I love it. Anyway, any closing thoughts, Charlie? Gosh, we've been on here long enough, man.
well,
Look, one more. Team Melissa. Team Sue,
Wow.
team. She has a team now. She on hashtag. What the heck? She on hashtag. Oh my lord. Okay, it's going. It's on.
Oh, we love it. We love it. Well, I first of all, I'd like to say again, thank you so much. You know, coming back into and doing something like this, Mel, has been it really soothes the soul. I think when we, as a council, as our council chair, you see the success, the success factors that's out there, and yet you also see the troubled waters that's before you. And I too see the same thing, and of course, in my realm, it deals with just making sure that everyone's safe at the airport. But I like to first of all say thank you to all of the caring people of Kauai. I made the missus and I made Kauai our home. And we let all our children know that we're not moving back to Oahu. We've been here since 2005, and this is where we call home. And so I just like to thank the people of Kauai for being good stewards of the Aina, and keeping this place real. I mean, I go and visit Oahu, and I'm not saying that I was born and raised there, but I'm not saying that it's ugly. It's just a lot of things have turned, and it's really it's just not my cup of tea. I'll go there, visit, stay a day. It's always good to visit, go shopping. But man, I gotta jump on a plane and come right back home to rejuvenate my batteries. So I just want to say thank you to all the people of Kauai. I really appreciate it.
Roger, Dodger. Thank you, Charlie. Thank you for jumping on again. And yeah, it feels good to do it. We did it every night, 7 nights a week, man. Even though it was rough, we didn't feel it, and I think the once a week is so much easier and better, and much more things to talk about. A lot of things going on. By the way, Sunday was Patsy's 60th birthday. Um,
Yes, happy
and
birthday, Patsy.
yeah, happy birthday,
Yeah.
Patsy. She's not acknowledging that. She's not, but hey, it is what it is. So, uh, yeah, it was a great birthday. I flew my kids home, surprised her, and they just went back last night. So it's kind of sore still yet, but it is what it is. Life goes on, and we're proud of those kids. And happy birthday, Patsy. I love you. And yeah, next week, man, we'll do it again, and maybe I'll see if we can get Sue Kanoho. Hopefully, I get the stuff in time. But I will work the schedule out. I see Sue has already put together her team. She has a cheer. I have not seen one hashtag Team Mel, not even one. And so I take that personal, and I'm in it to win it. So Sue, some Vaseline on the lips, and you're gonna go down. You're going down. Anyway, you guys all take care. God bless. Next week, I apologize to depending on the schedule. It might be Wednesday, it might be Thursday, because now me and Charlie's schedule's got to be open. But we will be back next week, and who knows? Oh, hang on. Team Mel, I got one. I got one. So now we have a true competition. We do. So, Sue, answer your phone tomorrow because I'm calling. All right, you guys, take care. You guys, God bless. Until next time, you guys be safe. We love you guys. Aloha.
Aloha.